Alright, so like let's talk about something real today, like something that actually like hits home, like for a lot of guys, like why don't men express their feelings? Like what's the deal? So like why is it so hard to like open up? Alright, like now before you say it though, like I know a lot of you are just gonna say the same shit, saying like it's just how men are, like nah, it's not it though. Like there's like a lot more to this than people actually think. So like let's break it down. Okay, so like first of all, let's talk about like pressure, right? Like society really like kind of did a number on us, right? Like from a young age, like if we had to be like genuinely honest and shit, like dudes are like told to like man out, like to literally man out, stop crying, or like my personal favorite though, like be strong. Like bruh, like I don't even know how to say it. Like crying is like literally just like an like emotional sweating, you know. Like why is it such a crime for like a guy to feel something? It's like basically we're expected to walk around like emotional robots. Like you've got feelings, cool, keep that to yourself. Like and honestly, waste that. That's exactly where the problem starts, you know. Now let's talk about like relationships, family, or even with your girls. Like how many times like have you ever heard someone actually say like, why don't you just tell me how you feel? Or and then here's the thing, like it's not like we don't want to. Like it's like we're playing emotional Jenga, right? Like you move one block and then boom, the whole tower starts crashing down for us. And the next thing, guys are like afraid to like if they start talking and shit, like they won't be able to stop for us. And the next thing, you know, like who wants to look weak, like you know, right? But here's the truth though, like it's not a weakness, but it takes guts to say like, yo, I'm struggling, but the real flex actually is like being vulnerable to be like, you know, and owning that shit. Like, but the but you know, like the world doesn't make it really that easy. Alright, so like I want you guys to actually like think about how guys are actually like portrayed like in movies and shows and shit, right? Like basically a guy is supposed to be like strong, silent, you know, the strong silent type, and is basically celebrated and shit. But then the emotional guy, nah, like he's the joke and shit, like he's the sidekick, or worse, he's even called soft. Okay, so like how do we change this, right? Like how do we make it okay for guys to like express themselves and shit? It all starts with like how we like think about emotions, you know? Like feeling sad, like that's not weak, like that's actually being like human and shit. Like feeling angry, cool, but like let's figure it out. Like why instead of like bottling it up and shit, like imagine if more guys could be like, yo, I'm feeling off today, like without worrying about being judged or like, you know, all of that. Like imagine, like wouldn't it change everything? Here's the thing, like guys, like expressing your emotions doesn't make you like any less of a man, you know. Like it actually, like to be honest, it actually makes you more of one. And like for anybody who's like watching this right now, whether you're a guy or somebody who loves one, like to be honest, let's start like creating like spaces like where dudes can actually be real, raw, and actually honest, you know. Because at the end of the day, right, like being human actually means like feeling, you know, like, and that's something we should all actually embrace, you know.